whole slew of stuff out of Nintendo as they had a direct that was celebrating 35 years. If you want to feel a little old, 35 years of Super Mario Bros. And there was all sorts of goodies that were involved in this. I picked out just a couple to talk about. If you want to see the whole thing, obviously, yeah, it's up on Nintendo's YouTube channel. First up, we have the Game & Watch. They're putting out another Game & Watch with a color LCD on it that will come with a bunch of stuff, including the original Super Mario Brothers, the Lost Levels, and Game & Watch balls with Mario's head instead of Mr. Game & Watch, basically. It's just like a little add-on. And they say in this trailer as well that there are 35 other things to kind of discover about this thing, representative of the 35 years. Whatever the fuck that means, I don't know. And of course, it also operates as a clock, and they've got like various different schemes and setups for the visual of what the clock looks like. Maybe Mario's running through a level or whatever the fuck kind of thing. They've got some stuff on there. It's a neat little thing. It'll be a collector's item. There will be people that get into that shit. And it was just kind of fun to see. Next up, Mario Bros. Battle Game is just what I have written down here because I don't remember what the actual name of the fucking game is, and I couldn't really even suss it out in the video itself when I was flipping through it just before the podcast. But it's essentially similar to a fan game that was made a while back that we probably mentioned at some point, where they got a cease and desist from Nintendo, whereby it was kind of like a bunch of players and you would see the ghosts of the other Marios and you'd be trying to like get through levels faster and not get eliminated as you went through. Basically,
Sound like Fall Guys.
It's basically that concept, but this time licensed and run by Nintendo. So it's that. There are some more nuanced things to it. You see like the other players in like tiny little squares on the screens to the side because it's the original Mario Bros. So it's just a 4x3 game anyway. And then enemies that you kill on your screen will get randomly sent to other players on their screen. There's like there are 4 different other options. There was things like a slower timer that you can sometimes activate, or a star power and things that you'll have access to, but otherwise it's essentially your game is getting fucked up by other players doing stuff and other players are getting fucked up by what you're doing, and it's just all with the goal of getting to the end and not being eliminated is what it is. It will be exclusive to the Switch Online crowd, so if you're paying for the Switch Online stuff, it will be available to you. From what I've seen, at no extra added cost. It's just a game that will be available to those paying members. Next up, in another cool little thing that I swear to God, Nintendo's just got all the brains right now. There's Mario Kart. What do they call it? Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which literally takes RC cars of like Mario, Luigi, whatever, like physical RC cars, and they all have a camera on them at the top. And you can set up, they're sold separately, but you can like set up gates around your fucking living room or wherever you want to race these cars. Okay? And then on the Switch, what seems to happen is that like a fucking Lakitu comes down and drops paint on your car tires, and then what it seems that you do is you drive around and you create the course via your first pass, so it maps it into the game via your first pass, and then once it's mapped, you can race other RC cars, and the game will also fill in the track with augmented reality racing or racers from the Mario Kart universe, and you're racing on your Switch, so you're seeing it from your Switch screen through the camera that's on the RC car, racing this track that you created with augmented reality and other RC cars in the living room or wherever the fuck you want to do this.
That's cool.
It's wild. It's just fucking wild. I'm sure there was one that's probably already existed to some degree like this, but Nintendo's doing it with Mario Kart, and it looked pretty cool. So there you go. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. You can check that out as well. And then lastly, and the biggest announcement of all of them. Now, I will say the original Super Mario All-Stars, I think it was, got a facelift. It's got improved graphics and whatnot. That's being made available as well. But Super Mario 3D All-Stars was announced. 3D All-Stars will come with widescreen, up-resed, and Switch. We'll call it Switchified, so it's like made for the Switch. Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and the first Galaxy game.
Dope.
So those 3 games in a single package. Now,
That's dope.
here's the less dope thing that makes no fucking sense whatsoever, Jeff. Oddly, this will only be available physically and digitally until March 31st, 2021. After said date, while you can still download it if you've already downloaded it in the past, or play it if you own the physical copy, it will be taken away like a limited release of a game and put into the archive. They specifically say, downloaded or played if the software has been archived, which is like they're pulling a fucking Disney archive where they're like, we're gonna make Cinderella available as a physical release for only 3 months, and then it goes back into the archive, and it's like, motherfucker, these video games already exist! Just put it into a package, sell it to the people, and be done with it. Why do you have to be so Nintendo about this shit? This is just fucking, why do you get people hype and then be like, low-key, and like the fine print, only available until March 31st, 2021, at which point we're gonna put this shit back in the fucking vault, and that's the show. And then they'll probably sell all 3 fucking individually or some shit, or some other dumb fucking nonsense. Yeah. They didn't mention Galaxy 2, which means it's probably also like its own release that's coming in the future. It's the most Nintendo-ass fucking thing I've seen in a long time. So, exciting. Buy it for the love of God if you want it, because the physical copies are going to go up in value the day it's released. And the online version, I mean, God knows, you'll probably, Nintendo will find a fucking way to make you rebuy this if you buy if you buy digitally, and probably within the first 2 years of this being released, Nintendo will have like the next version of the Switch, and you're trying to like transfer fucking games or whatever the fuck you're trying to do, and there's gonna be like some weird thing where it's like, oh, you know, like this will work and that will work, but you gotta like fuck. Nintendo will Nintendo-fy 1990s fucking like technology bullshit like they always do, and people will still buy it and play it because it's fucking Nintendo, and people will literally suck the dick of every Nintendo employee to play any Mario game ever 50 times over for any amount of money and just suck the dick for free. So buy it for God's sake right off the bat. Don't wait, because the shit's gonna be crazy in the future. And all I will say other than that is that I wish that they had done more than just like make these games widescreen and playable on the Switch. If you're gonna do 3D All-Stars and you're gonna show like the old Mario games in the old All-Stars with improved graphics and whatever else, maybe bump these up a little fucking bit or some shit. If you're gonna make it a limited release, if you're gonna be such a fucking dick about it, you're only gonna sell it for 6 months, do something special. Don't just like put them together in a package and be like, all right, well, here you go. It's widescreen. Go for it. You know, do something a little extra. Would have been nice to see. Regardless, there you go. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Get it while supplies last.